Hi, my name is Dorine Lamarche, Certified Life Skills Coach, and this is Life Skills Tips. One of the challenges we all face is the frustration of not knowing how to communicate our experiences and our thoughts and our problems and our issues with the people in our lives. Today I'm going to talk about some steps to a clearing method that I've found really effective over the years. So the first step is to determine for yourself that there is something that actually needs to be cleared. The way that I do this, and one of my indicators is annoyance or starting to think critical things about someone in my life. When I start to see that happening, that's my indicator that there's something else going on that needs to be dealt with in the relationship. The second step is to determine what my intention is for wanting to do the clearing, for wanting to communicate my experience with the other person. Sometimes that's just really about wanting a space to be heard. Sometimes we're actually looking for an apology, or we're looking for a change in the other person's behavior. The important part of being clear with ourselves allows us to go into that interaction taking responsibility for what it is that we hope to get out of it. So the third step is to release any intense emotions around the situation or around that person. And that can mean cranking the tunes in your car and screaming or singing to the top of your lungs. It can mean going for a run and releasing in a physical way. Sometimes it means having a good cry. Whatever it is for you that helps you to move emotion, that would be the thing that you would do, so that you don't take all of that heavy, intense emotion into that interaction with that person. The fourth step then is to actually go to the person and ask permission to clear. This is a key step because it is completely unproductive to try to have an interaction with somebody and share your thoughts and feelings with them if they're not interested in hearing it. So if they are not open to the clearing, the next step would be to go and find a way to still be clear. That can mean talking with a friend, maybe even writing a letter to the person involved and expressing all the things that you wanted to express, and then burning it or getting rid of it in some way. The important thing is to recognize and accept that you need to give yourself the opportunity to be clear. If the person is open to a clearing, the next step would be to set down guidelines that you can both agree on. And these guidelines can be maybe time restraints, or it could be committing to not raise our voices, or committing to not use strong language with each other, to give each other turns, to use self-responsible language, whatever guidelines it is to make it comfortable for both people to enter into that exchange is really what you're looking for in that step. And then of course the next step would be to go ahead with the clearing. The rule of thumb with this is to keep it to one subject at a time and to keep it to 3 to 5 minutes so that it doesn't become overwhelming for the person who's the listener. So then you would go ahead and be clear with that person about what's happening for you. When you're done your clearing, you would give the time over to the other person to respond, to share what's happening for them, what triggers came up for them, whatever it is. Both of you committed, of course, to self-responsible language, good listening skills, and you would carry that exchange on until one person is done. And the one person being done rule is really about the same step as number 4, where you ask permission, because it really is unproductive to try to carry on a conversation with somebody who's finished. If you do have residue and leftover feelings and thoughts that you want to express, then you would of course follow the next step previous and go and find a place to do that, so that you are allowing yourself room to say what you need to say and to be clear and to be heard. I've really found these steps to be incredibly productive and incredibly helpful in communication with the people in my life, and I hope you do too.